Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to FIVE Knowledge Series 11 webinar on GeM portal. I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, good. I'm Ria from FIVE team. Before we begin, let me introduce FIVE briefly. The Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs is dedicated to empowering women entrepreneurs across India, established to promote and support women-led businesses. FIVE play a pivotal role in fostering economic independence and leadership among women through advocacy, networking opportunity, and skill enhancement program. FIVE strives to create a conducive environment for women to thrive in India's entrepreneurial landscape. Today, we are honored to have with us a speaker, Ms. Anamika Shrivastava from GeM team, who will be sharing invaluable insight and expertise on several crucial aspects of GeM portal. We will cover overview of GeM portal, registration and account setup process, dashboard navigation and key features. And at the end, we will do question and answer session to address your queries. Over to you, Anamika.
Thank you
Anamika.
so much, Ria. Thank you so much, Ria. I hope I'm audible to all.
Yes.
Yes, all right. So, hi everyone. My name is Anamika Shrivastava. I am one of the GEM trainers for the state of Delhi. Just a moment, sorry. So today, all right. So I'm Anamika Shrivastava. I'm one of the GEM training facilitators for the state of New Delhi. In today's session, I would be first taking you through the overview of GEM. What are the advantages of GEM? What feature does GEM have for women's and for women entrepreneurs especially? And also, I will show you the registration process and how you can navigate the dashboard. All right. Please let me know once my screen is visible to all. Just a moment. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So here, as you know, GEM is a one-stop online. Okay. Is everyone comfortable with English, or do you want me to speak English and Hindi both? Everyone comfortable with English? Yes. No. Maybe.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. So GEM is basically a one-stop online procurement portal. So here the buyers are always government buyers, be it from the central or state ministries, bodies, departments, or any public sector undertakings or any autonomous bodies under the government. The buyers are always government here. Now, when we are talking about sellers, sellers are again of different type. I request everyone to kindly be on mute. Sellers are again of several types. We have manufacturers, original equipment manufacturers, we have resellers, then we have MSME sellers, we have startups, we have service providers, we have women entrepreneurs. So these are different section of sellers that we have. Now, for a government body, for any office or department, it is mandatory for them. So there is a document known as GFR, General Financial Rules. As per rule number 149, it is mandatory for a government buyer to procure goods and services from GeM. So 100% procurement of goods and services should be from GeM. Here, GeM aims to enhance the efficiency, transparency, and inclusiveness. So you can see the diagram here, we have three pillars for efficiency. One of the pillar is cashless. So GeM is a cashless portal. Okay, here no procurement, no payment will be done in cash. We have several payment methods integrated for the buyers, so they will be paying through those methods, and you will receive in your primary bank account. It is contactless. That means buyer seller interaction on GeM is very low. Before placing of the orders, buyers will not get to know who the sellers are. So this will reduce the chances of buyers preferring their sellers. Like every buyer had their own seller, so this reduces the chance there. It reduces cartelization. So this way it is contactless. Once the contract is established, only then the seller's contact detail, the seller's information will be shared with the buyer. Then here this process, we are aiming to achieve 100% paperless procurement portal. So anything from this registration to payment, everything we are aiming to do it on GeM. Currently, we are not able to achieve this 100% because there are several approvals from the buyer's end that they have to still take it. Then further on, it provides several tools for buyers and sellers both. This is the footprint of GeM across India since its inception. So it was launched on 9th of August 2016. From that day till date, we have signed MOUs with 27 states and 8 union territories. So in these states and union territories, GeM procurement is being done through GeM. Currently, we are in the process of signing up a MOU with Sikkim. Okay. Apart from that, we have partnered up with several industry associations as well as financial institutions. Okay, these industry associations, for instance, let's take the example of today. uh, Five had reached out to us stating that their sellers, women sellers, entrepreneurs, they needed support on GeM. They needed to know about GeM and how can they get registered and what are the process on GeM. So here, once the industry associations reaches out to GeM, we will then go ahead and provide the necessary support for the sellers to get onboarded onto GeM. Similarly, we have the MOUs with financial institutions and bank, several government schemes that are launched. You can be able to take the benefit of those schemes by using these banks. Also, GeM has its own initiative for a financial aid, which we will be seeing a little later. These are the key statistics of GeM. Here we have around 11,900 product categories present. If I'm talking about the total number of products, it is more than 30 lakh products that is present. Service categories, we have around 321 service categories. When we are talking about primary buyers, the organizations that are currently registered, it is almost 1.5 lakhs. Okay. Talking about current seller and service providers, numbers, we have around 87 lakh plus sellers and service providers across product and service categories. Uh, I think someone's mic is unmute. Kindly go ahead and mute. There is interference that's coming. Okay, when I'm talking about the total number of orders placed this financial year, so the financial year starts from April, so from 1st April to 24th June, on GeM, 9.6 lakh plus orders have already been placed, whose value, like the value, order value of these orders have crossed 1 lakh crore already in 3 months. Now, here, as per the guidelines, it is necessary as per the guidelines. 25% of the annual procurement goes to an MSME, including 3% is reserved for women. Means if a department is procuring um, whatever procurement they are making, at least 3% they will be procuring through and women categories. These are the different procurement options available on GeM. First, we have direct purchase, so up until 25,000 rupees. If someone wants to purchase, they can purchase directly. That means they do not have to publish a bid or tender in that scenario.
Um, Sorry to interrupt, Anamika. We are getting messages that your voice is breaking, I think.
Is it okay now? Is my voice okay? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, no, better now.
All right. So up until 25,000, up until up until 25,000 rupees, we can directly purchase any product or service. So in this case, buyers, they can simply select the product, add it to the cart, and the contract will be placed directly with the seller whosever product or service they have selected. Then in L1 purchase, buy if the order values crosses 25,000 and is less than 5 lakh rupees, then buyers will have the option to complete an L1 purchase. When we are talking, if we are talking about how will the sellers receive the order, so there you will receive orders from direct purchase or through bid. So when I'm talking about bid, but when you are participating, you can participate in bids. Then what happened? Can any like from the participants present here, anyone who is registered and is procuring on is participating on GEM? Anyone? Okay. So L1 purchase means system will recommend the buyer in that category whichever product is at lowest. System will tell that to the buyer as the current L1. If the buyer is selecting the system recommended L1, then they will directly place an order up to 5 lakh rupees. That provision is there. Suppose not, if they are selecting any other product, then they will have to create a bid for that. Now, when I'm talking about bid, what is bid actually? So basically, in a bid, the buyers will, as per the requirement, now the requirement should be focused on specifications. So as per the specifications, they will publish a bid. Bids can be published from minimum 10 days to 45 days. It is present. Means you will get 10 days, minimum of 10 days will be given to you to participate in the bid, or maximum buyers can select 45 days. So during this period, you participate in the bids. Once the bid participation ends, then your evaluation takes place. Means first your technical offer evaluation is done. Whatever product you have offered the buyer, evaluation of that product will be done, whether it is matching the buyer's requirement or not. Once the technical evaluation is done, all the sellers who have been accepted in that evaluation, their offer price will then be opened. Means buyers will not be able to see the prices beforehand if it is a two packet bid. Okay, so then the financial evaluation gets done, and if you become the L1, means if your offer price is the lowest, you will become the L1 seller or bidder, and then the bid will be awarded to you. So that is bid. One more concept in bid is reverse auction, bid to RA. Ma'am, I would please ask you to mute yourself. One more concept is bid to RA. So in RA stands for reverse auction. Here what happens? Okay, for instance, say you participated in a bid, and along with you several other sellers also participated. Say you have quoted the price as 1 lakh rupees and I have quoted the price as 1 lakh 10,000 rupees. Okay, so if your price is the lowest, you will become L1 and the bid will be placed to them. But here I could have reduced my price to 90,000 rupees. Okay, I could have reduced to 90,000. So in this case, I did not get an opportunity to quote a reduced price. In reverse auction, what happens once the technical evaluation is done and the financial opens up, the L1 price, whatever the L1 price is, in this scenario, 1 lakh rupees price, it will be published on the portal. All the sellers will be able to see whoever has participated and is eligible to participate in reverse auction. They will be able to see the current L1 price. Say, suppose I saw that, okay, that is 1 lakh rupees. I know that I can give this product at 90,000. So I will quote 90,000 as a price, and now my L1 will change to 90,000. Then say some other sellers can provide the same product to the buyer at 85,000. So they will quote a reduced price. So here, apart from the L1, all the other sellers get another opportunity for business. Okay, so that is reverse auction. Then, if a buyer requires a product from one particular brand, means it is a brand and model specific requirement is present, then they publish a intent of buying PAC bid, that is proprietary article certificate bid. Custom and BOQ bids are placed for goods and services that are not available on GeM. If any category of goods and services is not available, then buyers place it through custom or BOQ bids. So these are the different options how a buyer will be going ahead and procuring. Okay, one last is push button procurement. It is a combination of L1 and bid, you can say. Okay, so just like in L1, we will the buyers will compare from three different manufacturers. Once they compare, they'll select the product, they'll add it to the cart. Okay, once they add it to the cart, the PBP notice will be published for 3 days. It will be open for 3 days for you to participate in that. If you participate in that, there is a condition for push button procurement. At least five bidders should have participated, out of which two should have been a manufacturer. Only then the system takes it forward. If not, the PVP notice gets cancelled. So this particular procurement mode is only available for 100 categories of products as of now. This is recent, like last year this mode was launched. Okay, so these are the different procurement options for a buyer. If I'm talking first, you'll get, if any buyer has selected direct purchase, you'll get direct orders. If not, you will have to participate in different types of bid or custom bids or PAC bids or push button procurement bids. Okay, any questions in this? Do we have
Hi,
any?
ma'am. Hi, this is Jinta.
Yes.
Yeah, so I understood a bit, but if you can take one example, like one PSU wanted to purchase some particular things, and if you can tell that journey from the government side, I think that will be helpful for us.
So, from the government side, for instance, suppose they have a requirement of a cartridge, printer cartridge, for instance, or let's just say a pen, basic a pen requirement is there. So, first they will search for a product. Now, they will first see what is the cost. If it falls below 25,000, they will have an option for direct purchase. So, they will search that item, they will add it to the cart, and once the order is placed with you, you will get direct order from them. You can accept or reject the order. If you're rejecting the order, there are few penalties that are there in case the buyer is means there are conditions we'll discuss. However, there are penalties there if you're rejecting the order. In once the order is placed, you have accepted it, then you will make the delivery as per the delivery days. So every category has a as a default delivery days. For instance, for a category of stationery pen, we have given 15 days for the seller to deliver. So if the order is placed today and you have accepted it, from that date, within 15 days you'll have to deliver the product to the buyer. Once you deliver the product, you will send an invoice, you will generate an invoice on GeM for the buyer. Once the invoice is generated from your end, buyer will then go ahead and they'll generate a document called as CRAC, consignee receipt and acceptance certificate. So there is a user known as consignee who will accept or reject your consignment basis the inspection that they do. Suppose you have delivered 20 quantities, and in those 20 quantities, two were defective. So they will reject those two quantities, they will accept 18. Now, those two quantities, it is up to you. If you do not want to supply, it's fine. Those two quantities, you can come and pick it back up, or you can ask them to dispose. Suppose you wish to replace those two quantities, you can generate a supplementary invoice and replace those quantities. So, based on the CRAC that the consignee generates, the bill is drafted. Once the bill is drafted, then the payment is made by another user called as PAO, Payment Authority. Once the payment is made, again, basis depending on the every department has their own timelines for payment. So there is no fixed timeline that GEM can say that okay, you'll get the payment in 15 days or 30 days. Every department has their own guidelines for the payment. Many department they do it within 5 days, many they do it in 15 days, many it takes 30 days depending on the payment method that they are using and approval. So at for every step they require approvals there. So basis how soon they get the approval, the payments will be made. Once the payment is made, you will be able to get that in your primary bank account, whatever you have added. So this is the overall flow of how the procurement works. Okay.
Understood, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Then these are few key advantages for the seller. So first, you will have direct access to all government departments. Now, before GEM, I'm not sure if how many of you have participated, but you must have heard that so and so department published a tender in a newspaper. Iska tender nikla, uska tender nikla. So this used to happen. Now, if I'm a seller, say in Delhi, my access, like my reach was to the local government departments in the Delhi NCR region. But here using GEM, I can see across India, across several ministry, which government department has published the bid for my category. I can participate in those bids if I'm eligible. Okay, so you'll have direct access to all government departments. Then here again, GEM for key advantage, it is one-stop shop. You can participate in bids, you can participate in reverse auctions of products and services. Also, you will also get direct orders as well. Then we also have dynamic pricing feature. So say based on the market conditions, the price of the product has increased. You're already in a contract with the buyer for a year, for instance, you say. Now within a year, if the price increases, you can go ahead and change the price. Means you can request for an increased price. There is a clause known as price variation clause. Once you exercise that clause, you can increase the price. Now, buyer will have the option to accept or reject. There are very few scenarios where the buyer has rejected. However, most of the time basis because they are also aware of the market conditions, and until and unless that is some unreasonably if you're increasing the price, only in those scenarios they reject. If not, they accept the price. So you can go ahead and uh, price dynamically throughout. It doesn't need that one price you fixed and that is what will be going on for years and years. No. Then here we have a strong vendor rating system. It is based on four parameters. Uh, Whether you're delivering on time or not, what is the type of quality that you're providing in products or even services, then reliability, if you're following any, there's any like no deviation from the contract should be there, and then basis the buyer's feedback also the rating is done. Stronger your rating, more and more buyers would want to do business with you. Now, this rating is important for you to get direct purchase, because while searching, if the buyers wish to do a direct purchase, There is a filter option for rating as well. 4 and above rating only, they can filter out the sellers from there. So better the rating, you will be on that list, and more, like, buyers will prefer you. Suppose apart from any categories that are already present, if you have any new product suggestions, you can always recommend it to GeM to get that added if that is not present on GeM already. Okay. If not, suppose you have sent in the request, either you can do it directly or you can send in the request through any buyer that you know. Suppose if you have any previous contract, so you can ask the buyers also to share this product suggestion with GeM. So apart from all these, you will also get a user-friendly dashboard from where you can view your orders, how many orders you have received, what's the status of these orders and the payments, everything you will be able to view. Then we have news and event section. So any updates on GeM regarding any category, regarding any product or any process, you will find it in news and event section. New on GeM section will show you the list of new product or service category that is being added to the portal. Okay, so these are few of the key advantages you'll see as a seller. Then here you will on GeM say I have a proprietorship. For instance, I can get my proprietorship registered. I can be the key person for that, and I can participate in the orders, update the catalogs, and process the orders and everything. I can do it single handed also. If not, I can create secondary users. Suppose my my work is very hectic. I may not get the time to manage GeM, so I can say one of my employee will participate in the bid on GeM. One will process the orders. One will regularly update the catalogs or products on GeM. So this way I can assign up to 50 secondary users. So 50 up to 50 secondary users can be created under you. Okay. Now here, this is very important. We have for the catalogs, for the product catalogs, we have quadrant policy. It basically says who can sell what product on GeM. Means if I'm talking about quadrant 1 catalogs, so in quadrant 1, any product that falls in quadrant 1, only original equipment manufacturers, only the manufacturers can sell those products on GeM. No one else can. For example, automobiles. If a buyer has to purchase automobiles, only the manufacturers are allowed to sell that on GeM. Quadrant 2 and Quadrant 3 will have manufacturers as well as their authorized resellers or dealers. Okay. Difference between Quadrant 2 and Quadrant 3 is in Quadrant 2. Okay, one example is your IT equipment. Say HP is a manufacturer of laptops, so they will have to first get registered on GeM. If they are not registered on GeM, their resellers cannot sell HP products on GeM. So first they will get registered on GeM. If HP says that I will sell only 10 models of laptop, then their authorized resellers can only sell those 10 models of laptop on GeM. They cannot sell any 11th, 12th laptop of that same manufacturer on GeM. In quadrant 3, they can add the catalogs concurrently. So, quadrant 3, one of the example is furniture. Okay. So, say if ABC manufacturer says that I will only sell 5 models of tables on GeM. But if their reseller has the sixth model that the manufacturer makes, they can upload the catalog for that. In quadrant 4, the manufacturer being registered on GeM, that is not a mandatory. Even if the manufacturer is not on GeM, resellers can go ahead and sell the products on GeM. Basic example is Pen Reynolds. Pen Reynolds may not be a company that is registered on GeM, but the resellers can sell the products. Quadrant 5 is exclusively for self-help groups. Okay, so here resellers catalogs can be uploaded by resellers only. So you all will become reseller. Okay. Uh, if you are a self-help group. Then in quadrant 6, it is exclusively for ODOP categories, one district, one product category. So in India, um, every district has its own specialty. Okay, so similarly, if any district has one product that is their specialty, they can go ahead and sell under this quadrant. So this is what I was talking about, the seller ratings. Here you have four parameters: delivery, quality, reliability, and the feedback from the buyers. We are also integrated with incident management policy. That means any kind of deviation that you're seeing. Suppose the contract has been placed, if the buyers are not releasing your payments, if there is delay in the payments, you can raise an incident on GeM that is known as post contract deviation. So in this case, what happens? 7 days will, once you raise the incident, 7 days will be given to the buyer to respond to that incident or to rectify it. Suppose they are not responding to that incident, then you need to escalate it to GeM. GeM will go ahead, send a show cause notice to the buyer and give them 5 days of time. If the buyer doesn't respond within 5 days of time, then a warning will be sent from GeM side and another 5 days will be given. No response we are getting from that, then basis the incident management policy, the buyers can get debarred from GeM or suspended on GeM. Okay. So vendor assessment, which is done by REITs, this is mandatory for any manufacturers or first, why is it mandatory for manufacturers? By doing vendor assessment, they will get the OEM panel, that is original equipment manufacturers panel. They will receive this. Using this panel, they can authorize, unauthorize the resellers. They can authorize, unauthorize catalogs that can be sold on GeM. So that is why it is mandatory for any manufacturer to go through this vendor assessment. For a reseller, any reseller for any reseller who wants the OEM panel, even though they are not manufacturer, they can go ahead and request and complete the vendor assessment. So this establishes credentials. So if any buyer views that, okay, here you can see on this image VA tag. So if a buyer sees this tag, they will be assured that, okay, this seller or this manufacturer has been assessed. Means they will, whatever products they will be providing, the quality checks are done for those sellers. So this way, your credentials in GeM Marketplace will be established, and your transaction sales can fast track. So here, similarly, for products, we have vendor assessment. For services, we have service sanitizations. So here for service, two types of validation will be done. Basis your certification, name of the company, validity, for which state the license had been issued. So these all things will be done under validation of certificate. When project experience, all your project experiences will also be validated. So under this, you will see department name, order number, project value, and project duration. So if you have had any type of project in the past with any government department or organization, you can provide their details here. Now, this vendor assessment will be valid for 3 years. Okay. This is the fees that is required for the vendor assessment. Here, basis the category of seller and the turnover, you will have to pay some fees directly to REITs. REITs is a third party vendor, Rail India Technical and Economic Service. Okay, so you will have to pay this directly on REITs portal at the time of vendor assessment. Next, we have initiatives specifically for women entrepreneurs called as Womenia on GeM. So it aims to create an inclusive and supportive environment for any women entrepreneurs or women self-help groups. Okay. We have five categories. So GeM has special categories reserved. Five categories: grocery and pantry, personal hygiene and care, handicrafts, office accessories, handlooms. Now here there are different products you can see. Jute and coir products, bamboo products, organic foods, home decor, office furnishing. So all these are five categories specifically reserved for women. Yeah, apart from that also you can go and participate. So here, as I mentioned earlier, the government's initiative of reserving 25% for MSME, out of which 3% is reserved for women entrepreneurs and 4% is reserved for SC/ST categories of MSMEs. Then here we all GeM also has a loan scheme initiative to help their small and medium sized enterprises. So this is basically a collateral free instant loan that GeM provides. The minimum requirement is you have to be registered on GeM as a seller and you have to have at least one active order. Okay, on GeM. There is no other mortgage that GeM says only on your order. You can get a financing up to 80% on your order value. Suppose your business doesn't have that much of your financial capacity. You have received an order say worth 80 lakhs. Now you do not have that much financial capacity to start the manufacturing or production of that order. So in that case, what happens? As soon as you receive the order, you apply for the loan scheme. GeM will give up to 80% on that order. Once it is approved, instantly it will be credited to a account. So third account or a middle account will be created where you'll get the money, and from there it will be transferred to your primary account. Once you start the manufacturing, you supply the order. Once the buyer makes the payment for that order, it will go to the account GeM has created. Any outstanding amount of your loan that is pending will be deducted. The remaining profit will be sent to your bank account. So this is how the GeM Sahaya works. Okay. Then we have several interactive and multilingual e-learning courses in case if you want to go through the seller journey yourself. Means if you want to complete these courses or how you can manage GeM portal, as a seller, you can complete these courses. It is available currently. It is available in 6 languages. I think it has been updated to 12 languages already. So you will be able to complete these courses here. Then we have Gemmy chatbot, that is a 24 into 7 AI assistant. Any queries you have, you can click on this chatbot here, Ask Gemmy, enter your query, and it will answer all your queries. I will move to the portal once. I want to show few functionalities of the portal. You'll have to go to gem.gov.in first. Here on this portal, first you click on business opportunities, and here you can see how much opportunity you have. Suppose if I'm taking the first category that is present, smartphone with MDM. So here I can see how many sellers are present, how many manufacturers are present. So one manufacturer is present and 26 authorized resellers are present by this manufacturer. 21 catalogs are present for this particular product. Last year, you can see 21 orders were placed, which the order value is this much. Okay, I'm a little weaker in maths. This is the order value for the last financial year. This is the order value for the current financial year. As of now, from April to June, 2 orders have been placed. If you click on list of brands, you can view the brands here. So here you can go ahead and see. So this is one manufacturer that is present under this category. Similarly, you can go ahead and search for all other categories here. Suppose if I have to search for handloom, let's see. Also textile. So here you can see for textile I've searched it and I got the data here. Now here you need to click on need help section. Here you'll see FAQs. All your general queries are already covered in the FAQ, so you can always refer to these FAQs. Suppose you need to know more about direct purchase, you have a separate section for this. You can scroll and find the FAQs, or say if you want to know, like I don't know where to find it, I'll click on direct purchase, and here I can see, for instance, seller. Here you will be able to see what all things are related to that particular direct purchase. Suppose you have participated in bid, you know need to know about EMD, minus money deposit. Just a moment. So I'll scroll down to sellers, and here I can see the questions that are present for EMD. The system will directly take me to that question. Here you can see when is EMD returned. So this way you can access FAQs. If you have any technical difficulties, then you can reach out to the help desk team. This is the mail address, and these are the toll free numbers. Okay. Any questions up until now? Was my screen not visible to you? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. May I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah, so ma'am, this platform is still looks like not easy journey to start selling on a platform. So, do we have any assistance to onboard on GeM or anything from government?
Yes, you can always reach out to the help desk team here. Okay. You can always reach out to them.
Okay. Another question, ma'am, I have is I have recently registered the MSME,
Mhm.
and during MSME registration, they have asked like, would you like to onboard on a GeM? I ticked
Mhm.
the yes, and with my friend, she has got email regarding onboarded or the ID had created on a GeM. I
Mhm.
didn't receive that email. So should I wait or should I go ahead and do by myself?
You can do it by yourself. Okay. You can
Okay.
once go ahead and check it.
Okay.
Any questions up until now? If not, I'll move on to the next process. That
Ma'am,
is, yes.
ma'am, you mentioned that certain categories are exclusively reserved for women.
Yes.
Handloom. So, ma'am, how can we take advantage of that?
So whenever you are uploading, so first of all, whenever you're registered, you will select that option that you're registering as a woman entrepreneur. And whenever you are uploading a catalog of any such, these categories, the system will ask you there specifically.
Okay. And,
Yeah.
ma'am, do we need to be a women sole entrepreneur for that sole proprietorship or partnership will do?
Generally, sole proprietorship is there. However, I can check if we have anything reserved for partnerships also. But as far as what I know, it is for sole proprietorships.
Okay. And, ma'am, is GST registration compulsory?
No, it is not up till 25 lakh rupees. It is not. If you get orders more than 25 lakh rupees, then you would require GST.
Okay. Great. Thank you, ma'am.
So I'll take you through the seller registration process. Here you can register using two methods, either through your Aadhaar card or through your PAN card. Okay, just a moment. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Visible.
Now, first, these are the prerequisites you need for registration. Okay. Uh, you would first need Aadhaar number, a virtual ID, PAN number. Aadhaar or any PAN number you would need. You would need a phone number that is linked with your Aadhaar or phone or PAN number. An active email ID is required. Documents, suppose if it is your business type is a company, then you would need a CIN number. If you're registered under the startup as a startup, then you would require DIPP number, or if you have registered as MSME on the portal, MSME portal, then you can update your Udyam number here. You would also be required to upload your ITR details for the last 3 years. Suppose your business incorporation date is less, like it is not more than 2 years, then in that scenario it is not required. Okay. But if you have been in the industry for a while, then you would need to submit your ITR details. Your address details, a registered address is required, and bank account details are required for primary user registration. You don't need to write it here, like note this down. When you will be signing up, that time they will show what all documents are required. So here first go to gem.gov.in portal, click on sign up, and here click on seller or service provider. Once you click on seller or service provider, here you can see 3 steps for registration is required. First is prerequisite, second is terms and conditions, third is the registration itself. Here you first select whether what type of business or organization type is you have, whether it is proprietorship, firm, company, a trust, society, association of person, or central state government. Okay, so here if I instance I've selected proprietorship here, you can click on view prerequisite document. Here you can see what all documents or details are required to move ahead with the registration. Personal details, business details, what are the optional details. So you go ahead and click on the checkbox for them. Sorry. Click on proceed. You'll come to the second step, that is terms and conditions. Here you will see general terms and conditions of GeM, which is applicable throughout GeM. Please go ahead and review the document. It will let you know that whenever you're registering as a seller on GeM, what are your obligations as a seller, what are the penalty terms in case either you or the buyer they deviate. So everything is present here, so you have to give it a read. Once you review it, click on the checkbox and click on proceed. Now comes the registration page. Here, first step me, you will enter your business name. Once you enter your business name, then second step, you will be verifying yourself. A personal verification is done. You can do this through Aadhaar or through personal PAN. If we are taking it through Aadhaar, we'll click on Aadhaar radio button. We'll enter the Aadhaar number and the phone number linked with Aadhaar. We'll give the consent for using the Aadhaar number for authentication and click on verify Aadhaar. You will receive a OTP on your phone number. Enter the OTP, click on verify. So now your Aadhaar is verified. Suppose if you want to register using your personal PAN, then you click the personal PAN, enter the number, personal PAN number, name, and date of birth. Click on verify. A phone OTP will be sent to your phone number. Enter that, and once your PAN is verified, you will be able to see PAN details verified. Next, you will be going ahead and entering the role within that organization. I have selected proprietor. So, am I the proprietor? Am I owner? Or if I am HUF or Karta. So, if you're registering as a Hindu undivided family, then whether I am a HUF Karta or not, I can select the role. Once I select it, I will click on next. Okay. So here, once my personal verification is done, then the email verification will be done. Enter your email address, click and click on send OTP. An OTP will be sent to your email address. Once you verify, your email verification will be done. So up till here, very simple step. First step may enter your business name. Second may enter your Aadhaar or PAN number and verify using the OTP. Third, enter your email ID and verify using OTP. Fourth is creating user ID and password. Okay. Once you create the user ID and password, click on create account and your registration is complete. Registration has been completed. However, to start selling on GeM, first you will have to complete your profile. Okay, I'll show you what all things are needed to complete the profile. Just a moment. Just give me a moment. I hope my screen is still visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Just a moment. So to update your profile, first log into your account and then here on the top right corner you will see the name. Click on the name, click on my account. Okay. Here these are, so here you can see this profile is 100% completed. Okay. So you will see what all section needs to be completed. First is your business profile. You would first need to go ahead and click on business profile. Here under this you can see what are the optional fields that you need to update, what are the mandatory and what are optional fields. So first mandatory for us becomes business PAN. So here click on business PAN, go ahead and update the PAN details. Now here this is proprietorship. So if you do not know, first of all, you have a business plan but you have no idea what type of business or organization type you have, so it's very simple. If the fourth letter, if the fourth letter of your business plan is P, that means it is a proprietorship. If it is H, that means it is HUF Karta. Just a moment, I'll show you. So here you can see. If it is P, that means it is sole proprietorship. It is H, that means it is HUF business. If your business type is a firm, then your PAN should have the fourth letter as F. If your business type is a company, be it private or public limited, the fourth letter of your business PAN will be C. Trust, society, or association of person will have T, A, or B respectively. If it is government PAN, then it would be G. So using this, you can understand. So you will have to update your business PAN and your name in the business PAN. Once you update that, then provide the business details, the name of the organization and what is date of incorporation. When did your organization come into existence? When was it registered? So this can only be edited once. So if you are updating it, it cannot be changed in the future anytime. So please be very careful about it. Third, you will have to update any additional details. So here you can see if you are registered as DIP as a startup with DPIIT, then you click on yes. If you have registered as an MSME, then provide your, then you can select it as yes. If you want to participate in bid, then again go ahead and provide yes. So fill out this additional details. Then next is office location. So here you will go ahead and update office. So click on add new office, provide the office name, the type of office. So whether it is billing, manufacturing, service center or go down. You need to provide this. Provide the address, PIN code, state, flat, block number, name of the building or premises, road, locality, contact number. So once you update the office, so at least one office should be present. This registered office should be present. Apart from that, you can then add alternate addresses. Registered address should be there. Apart from that, any billing address, any manufacturing address, any go down address, these all things can be added later on as well. Next section is adding your bank account details. So from here you will go ahead and you will add the bank account details. Click on add new bank account and here you can fill out the details and add it. You'll see the option here is primary account. So if this is the one that you want a primary account, then you can select it as yes. You can add multiple accounts. However, one account should always be a primary. You should have at least one primary bank account. Next is e-invoicing. So if you want to provide the e-invoicing declaration for GST registered entity, then you can provide it from here. You can provide the turnover. If from the if you are excluded, if your category is excluded from this compliance, then select yes and move ahead. If not, select no. Okay. If you are registered now here, if you are registered as a startup, you can say whether you are registered with Startup India or not. Okay, you can select the option here. Next is beneficial ownership compliance. So according to this is declaration that you are a manufacturer or you are a seller or service provider from India, or from you're not a seller service provider from such a country where trading or business is prohibited. Okay, so there is something called as land border sharing policy. So you will have to declare that as per the beneficial ownership compliance, you are from a country where the business or trading is allowed. For instance, China, because business is banned with China. So if you are a seller or buyer, if you're a seller or service provider from China, you cannot get registered on that. So this is what where you will have to provide it. So here you can see I have read the clause regarding restriction on procurement from a bidder of a country which shares a land border with India. I certify that this seller or service provider is not from such a country. Okay. Then, so these are the mandatory fields that you will have to fill. Now if your company, if your date of incorporation is more than 24 months, means if it is more than 2 years, you will have to provide the ITR return documents. If not, it is not required. So from optional field for this account, this is optional because it was incorporated in 23. Okay, so here it is not more than 2 years, so this is optional for them. For someone who's more than 3 years, it will be mandatory. You can select logistic options. So GeM is integrated with India Post now, so you can select this as a logistic provider to deliver or supply your products to the buyer. So this is tax deduction account number TAN verification. If you do have a TAN, you can provide the TAN records here. So these are the details you will have to complete for achieving this 100%. Once your profile is 100%, only then you will be allowed to upload a catalog. Now, before uploading a catalog, there is a some amount that you have to pay as caution money. Okay, just a moment. Here you can see under seller panel, you can see OEM panel or reseller panel. If you want to get this OEM panel, then you will have to complete the vendor assessment. Okay? Vendor assessment is required in that scenario. Here, if you go to general terms and conditions of GeM, under clause number 26, so as I was mentioning about the caution money, 27, you can see if a seller has a turnover less than 1 crore rupees, then you will have to pay 5,000 as caution money. So this is kept as a security deposit for you to be participating on any bids or any taking any orders. If there is no deviation, if you're fulfilling all the requirements of any contract, if there is no deviation from your end, this money will be refunded to you. Suppose if there is an issue, you have received a direct purchase order, you did not deliver that order, you have not rejected, you did not deliver the order after accepting it. So in that case, this money will be forfeited from you. So based on the turnover, there is a small amount that is charged. Once you pay the caution money, only then you will be able to upload the catalog. Any questions so far? Any questions?
Ma'am, when you mentioned catalog, if what exactly are we supposed to put on there? A picture
Okay,
and
I'll tell you. So I'll go to government e-marketplace. I'll just search for any product. Just a moment. Just a moment. So here you can see this is the marketplace. If I click on this one, this is one catalog. Here you will see the name of the product, the price, which brand it is, what you say, whether the seller type is OEM or reseller, what are the specifications. That is a catalog. Okay,
okay, ma'am.
I'll open it and show you.
Ma'am, also you had mentioned that in case of SHG, only resellers can sell.
Yes. Means we have created a self-help group, means a quadrant for that. And OEMs there, the like manufacturers, see, you are also manufacturer if you are going ahead and selling. So if we are creating multiple manufacturer, we have created several categories for that. So the OEM is already fixed, you can upload it as a reseller. Means here the manufacturer's authorization is not required.
Okay, ma'am.
Here you can see, so this is a complete catalog, name of the product, variation of the product, price of the product details, seller details, specification. So this is a catalog, I can say. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, next is dashboard. So you have several things under dashboard. First, this is a seller account once you've logged in. Here you if you click on orders, you will be able to see what orders you have received. Suppose I want to filter out that I want to only see what are the direct purchases, I will see direct purchase. And from here I can accept, reject the order, process the order further. Okay, so here what happens, so for example, this order has been placed, I've accepted it. As soon as I go ahead and dispatch the order or send out the order, I'll generate an invoice. Okay, I will generate an invoice. Once the invoice is generated, buyers, once they receive the order, the processing will be done further from there. So from here you can view all the orders that is present, product, service types, direct purchase. You can filter out basis the buying mode, or open orders, like how many orders have been accepted, how many are in progress, how many have been completed. So you can view all your orders from here. If you click on dashboard, this is your seller dashboard. So here any notification, you will be able to see the notification here. So whichever category you have your catalogs in, any latest bids on those categories, you will receive it here under this notification. Any announcement from GeM, you will be able to see it here. If you click on summary, you will be able to see a summary of your account. Means you can see how many total orders, how many are pending acceptance, how many are pending deliveries, how many bids you have participated, how many you have won, how many you have lost, what were the number of incidents raised by you against you can be viewed here, pending responses or pending resolutions. So this will give an overall summary of your account. If you click on orders and payments, you will be able to view the order details. What is the total order value or total order volume that you have received? You can see here order status. How many orders have been cancelled? How many have been accepted? How many delivery in progress? How many are pending charges? How many orders have been completed? So here you can go ahead and view the data related to orders and payments. Then we have bid or RAs. How many bids or RAs you have participated, you will see the data from here. Category insights for your categories, you can see rating comparison with peers. So what are the top 5 categories by order values that have been procured from GeM as compared to your peers? What values you have received or volumes you have seen? Basis the buyer consignee location or difference between central and state government. So these all data you will be able to see it here. Then this is product and services. Here you will be able to see what all products and services you have created, and you can manage it from here. Second way is if you click on catalog, I'll first complete this. Then if you click on incident from, so here if you click on incident, you will be able to see what are the incident status here, how many incidents are pending, how many have been completed, everything will be available here. GeM stats says the GeM statistics, current GeM statistics. Okay, then there are several forums present which you can participate in. So this is like a discussion group that is present for various categories or depending on the type of the forum that is there. You can also download the reports from here. Say what type of report you want to download, order details, how many bids you have participated or not participated, incident detail or catalog detail. So you can go ahead and download the reports also from this seller dashboard. Any questions from profile update and seller dashboard?
Ma'am, if we have a services type, if we want to sell services, software services, so how is the catalog for that like?
Yes. So I will show you. So see it. I will just a minute. Let me go back to the page. So here first you go to catalog. If you want, I'll first say services. I want to create a service catalog. I'll click on add new offering. Okay. Here I will select the service I want. This particular screen that I'm showing, this is a testing environment. It will not have the correct services. Like we use it internally for testing purposes. Suppose if this is the two-wheeler renting service, for instance, if this is the service I want, then I will click on that service catalog. These are the categories that are available on the portal. Okay. So here, once this opens up, here you can see description, what the description of the service, and what is the SLA, service level agreements for the service. So these two options you will be able to see. Once you click on create, that means you're creating a catalog for it. Here you can see now you have gotten the option to upload any documents or certificates required, your experience that is required, and also category details. Okay. uh, just a moment to give you a more clear idea. So here we have gone ahead and selected our service. For instance, in this case, cleaning and sanitization I have done. So I'll see the description and service level agreements. I'll click on create, review through the description, service level agreements, fill out the experience that you have, previous experience with any government project. These are the details that you need to enter. Then rate sheet. This is where you will be entering the specification. What type of service are you providing? Here you can see you can select from several options that are available. Okay. Once you once you fill the rate sheet, suppose if you are mentioning a price, you can enter the price. If not, you can select price on demand. Okay. All the relevant certificate needs to be uploaded. Once done, you click on validate and save, and your catalog for service will be enabled or made live on the portal.
Ma'am,
Is
there
that
is there yes, yes, you answered my question. Ma'am, there is a category for software services as well.
so? A category for
Software services.
software services, we can give it a check here. So to search for a service, I'll go to categories. I'll hover my mouse on services. I'll click on browse all service. So this is the service category page that opens up. Here I can search for a service. Examples, software services. So here you can see annual maintenance AMC for video software based, hiring of GIS implementation agency for survey software development. So is your service a software development?
Yes.
Yes. So there is a software development service, or if you provide software support,
Okay.
the service is also available. So you can search it from here.
Okay. And ma'am, if we are selling a software product, that also will come into services because
Mhm.
products is for OEM and it's for
No.
hardware.
So again, no. Software, again, you understand service is different. Software is a product. In products, you have two types. One, tangible and intangible, means you can touch. If you can touch and feel, that is a tangible product. If you cannot touch and feel, that is an intangible. Software is also a product. Okay. Service,
Okay.
suppose development of the software, that is a service. Maintenance of that software or any support you're providing. For instance, if I want Microsoft Office, I purchase that product, right? Because Microsoft Office is a software, but I'm purchasing it as a product. If I need support in that, then that becomes my service. If I want to create a software similar to Microsoft project, that is a service. Okay. One more thing is, whatever modules we have discussed today, if you scroll down, as I was mentioning, we have interactive and multilingual lingual courses also. So, just If you go on the GeM platform, here you can see interactive training courses. There is a banner also that is currently running for this. So you can click on either of the option. Here you can see seller journey. There are 6 courses available under seller journey that you can complete: registration and account management, catalog management, bit or RA, Vivad se Vishwas, forward auction, auto fulfillment. So these are the different journeys of a seller that you can complete. If you want to complete it or access these interactive modules, you first have to sign up. So you would have to register. If you are already registered as a seller on GeM, this requires a different registration process. So here, click on sign up. Scroll down from your role, select seller, then fill out the details. Once you fill out the details and click on my account, create my account, then you will receive, like, you will be able to access the interactive learning courses. I will just show how it looks like. For instance, so here this is seller journey. So I can see if I click on registration and account. So here you can see I have interactive module. I'll click here. For me, it is currently in English language. I can click on preferences and change the language to any of the language that I wish. So here you can have the option to change the languages. So I'll click on seller journey, say registration and account, interactive. I'll click on enter. Now I've entered the interactive modules. So here, can you hear the audio? Are you able to hear the audio of this module?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so here we have audio basis. So I'll just directly go and show you how it is. So here it is a pic- this is a process for signing up on government e-marketplace. Okay. This way you can access those courses upon registration. There is no separate fee that is required. Okay, you just have to create a registration for that. You will get several knowledge checks in between to gauge your knowledge. So this can be accessed, and from here you can use this interactive learning, or you can download the document for it. If you wish to download the document, you can download the step-by-step document here, which I have shown it. I have used the same document. Now, suppose you want to just access those modules under training section. First, you have training calendar. Here, scroll down and you see seller and service provider training calendars. So we provide regular trainings for our sellers and buyers both. Suppose that, so for this month, all our training have been completed. So last training was yesterday. If I click on view details, I can see the timings 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is generally reserved for sellers, and the topic was order fulfillment. You'll see the link here. You can join the training session using this link. So this is a PPT based training. There would be a trainer available taking those trainings. So you can join in those sessions. The list refreshes every month. So you will get the update on 1st of July. You will see the list has been updated. So any training sessions in July will be present here. So you can join in those sessions for regular trainings. You can scroll down, you'll see training modules. You can also access the modules from here. Suppose we saw the seller registration. Go to seller registration and account, and here you will see the document for seller registration or account. One thing is you cannot download the document from here. If you wish to download, you'll have to register for the e-learning module. You can also view the video from here. If I click on this video icon, it will take me to the YouTube page for that video. So these are the different functionalities which are available to you if you want to get updated on GeM on your own. Any questions? I think we have discussed whatever was the agenda for today's meeting. So now I'll open the session for any question and answers that you might have.
Ma'am, can we use this portal for buying laptops or something like this for
No,
our company?
no. Purchases can only be done by government
Okay.
buyers.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. So we have a startup registration. So, is there any concession, like you mentioned, like if you have a DPIT
Okay.
number? So,
There is no, I wouldn't say, see, registration itself doesn't need any, there is no separate amount required. So, in the market, and like apart from GEM, we have received many feedback stating that so and so person reached out to us telling that we will get you registered on GEM. We just charge 20,000, 30,000 and stuff. There is no such charges for registration. You can get registered on GEM. You will have to pay a minimum caution money once you are uploading the catalog. This will be present in your account only in case if you're deviating or if you any unethical means have been opted. Only then this will be forfeited. If not, it will be present in your account itself. Only that much we ask you to pay to get registered and start selling on GEM. When we are
okay,
talking about bids, if you are participating in bids, first, because there's this government initiative for MSMEs and women entrepreneurs, you can avail that benefits. Then also because you must have remembered Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we have several MII policies in place. Uh, you will also get exemptions and buyers if they can also provide you exemptions based on the eligibility criteria of a certain bid. For instance, say your turnover is 90,000 rupees. If a buyer is creating a bid where they are telling that the eligibility to participate in the bid is that bidder or that seller should have at least 1 lakh rupees as the turnover. While creating the bid, they have the option to exempt the eligibility criteria for startups and MSMEs. If they are providing you exemption, then even you can participate in such bids. Okay, so you will get these different benefits if you are registered under Startup India. If you are registered at DPIIT, then you can update your DPIIT number or else your MSME Udyam number. Suppose you're
okay,
not updating it on GEM, GEM system will not recognize you as startup or MSME. Okay.
okay. And ma'am, is there any provenance like this much percent like reserved for women? So, is there any provenance like this much percent reserved for startup like that?
For startup, it is not currently. For women's
Okay,
government initiative had done a 3%. So for any government department, for their annual procurement, they have to reserve 3% for women. Suppose if they are purchasing 100 rupees, then 3 rupees will be reserved for women. So it's like that. Okay.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, I had heard that it's not enough to list on the catalog on the portal. There are specific ways that you have to sort of make it more appealing in order to secure an order.
For instance, can you give me an example or two?
But actually, this had come up in discussion with some of my friends. They were saying they were already active on the GEM portal, and they were saying it's not enough to have a catalog or something like that. If you are serious about attracting government buyers, then
Mhm.
somehow you have to make it more attractive, perhaps your catalog or something like that. So, any
No, ma'am, yes, see, that is not just the case of GEM. as I mentioned earlier, we have 87 lakh plus sellers and service providers. So, say you will be one of them. So, if you want, so obviously, there your first of all, we ask you that whatever product images and everything you upload, if you're uploading it a genuine image, you will get much more chances. We have seen that most of the sellers they download an image from Google, and we have almost for 100 products we have the same image. So in that case, buyers will not prefer that for direct purchase. They will say that we don't know whether the seller is genuine or fake. So in that case, I would suggest that whenever you are creating a catalog, upload genuine images of the product, upload the correct details, relevant certifications, and that shouldn't be an issue. Okay. And also, one more thing is when we are participating in the bid, when you're participating in the bid, as I said, until and unless the order is placed, buyers will not know who the seller is. Now, during your technical evaluation of the product, it will not be basis your portfolio, means it will not be basis the say how fancy your product looks or how fancy you as a seller it looks like. It will be basis the specifications of the product you're providing, if any necessary certifications and everything you're providing. So these are more things that you get evaluated on. Okay. For direct purchase, though, you need to upload genuine product images. Any other questions? Any other questions, anyone? I have one request. I will be sharing a link in the chat box. It is for the attendance of today's session. Once you fill out this form, you will receive a participation certificate from GeM. Just give me a moment and I'll share it with you here. And I'll also share it with yeah, in case she can share it with you further. Just a moment.
Ma'am, I also looked up the one district, one product
Mhm.
that you had mentioned. Ma'am, most of them appear to be agricultural.
If you okay, there are few links. First, where is the chat box? Okay, gem.gov.in/Romania. So this is for page for women entrepreneurs. Then gem.gov.in/. Sahai, this is for Sahai loan scheme. And on the GEM portal, if you click on OTOP, let me share my screen and show you. So, ma'am, see, this is not decided by GEM. Every district has unique product. Okay, so whatever is registered under those district, whatever information we get, we do it. So here, if you can see under ODOP category, in Uttar Pradesh, several districts you can see metal craft also. This is not agriculture. Brass utensils, Madhubani painting, blue pottery, ceramic products, iron craft. In this, I like in the first page itself, I did not see any agricultural products. So
Ma'am,
this is a myth that everything is agriculture in ODOP.
okay, ma'am, I looked up Haryana, so perhaps they have.
So, ma'am, you yes. So you see that in Haryana, it is mostly an agricultural state. Okay, so there definitely agricultural products ratio would be high as compared to other. But I think in Haryana, especially in Bahadurgarh, I think you have for footwear. I think so. That happens. So depending on the district, it is there.
Ma'am, what was the product count? Because when I see the Gujarat, there is only two numbers is showing, rest is zero. So,
Sorry.
what is product count stands for? So in Gujarat, only two category has a number, otherwise rest is zero.
So it is number of types of product present there, categories you can say
Okay, on a gem.
on Gem. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm sharing this link. I'll also show you how do we fill out this link. First, kindly. Um, so here you can see demo based or practical session was conducted. You can select yes because we had seen the demo. Then are you an existing user on GeM? If you are, you can select yes. If not, no. There's no issue in selecting no here. Your role will be seller. Your name, phone number, email ID, department. Here in department, fill out your business name. Okay. Office location, date of training is today's. Training mode is online. Under business facilitator, you can choose Anamika Shrivastava. State, your state can be selected here. District, these are few parameters that you'll have to fill regarding the training, and then submit it. Once you submit, you will receive the participation certificate in your email address, whatever you are entering here. Request you all to take 5 minutes and fill out this form. Any questions in the meantime, I can go ahead and take it up. Ria, any questions from you or any concerns from you?
No, not really. So I think all the Q&A session is done. I think so because most of the participant has already left. Is there any question? Anybody wants to ask any question? Okay. Thank you, Anamika. Your expertise has
Thanks.
undoubtedly added immense value to our understanding of GeM portal. I would also like to express our gratitude to all the participants for your active engagement and thoughtful questions throughout the session. Thank you once again for joining us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.